welcome back. Today I'm going to be making 3 thrifted trash to treasure Halloween DIYs. Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video today. I'll tell you a little bit more about them later on in the video. And if you're new here and you like home decor and DIYs on a budget, especially Halloween, stick around by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications so you never miss out on a new video. All right, let's get started. For this DIY, I got this Christmas tree from a friend of a friend. They were giving it away for free, so I snatched it up to make myself a Halloween Christmas tree with it. It is pre-lit, and I am lazy and did not want to take out the lights or tape the lights off, so I'm going to be painting this tree, and I'm just going to leave the lights on, but I would probably suggest taking them off, especially if they're not LED. This is an LED pre-lit tree, so they should be okay, but I would definitely take the time to take the lights out or tape them off. Now, you can see here, I used that Summer Squash spray paint to spray paint the bottom half of the tree. And then I'm going to put the middle section of the tree on. And as I'm putting the sections on, I'm just spreading out the branches. And then I'm going to spray paint that middle section with this orange spray paint by Rust-Oleum. And I used for the yellow and the orange, I used 3 cans each of spray paint. They definitely could have used a couple more cans to cover up the green, but I didn't have that, so I just did with what I had. And then for the last top of the Christmas tree, I spray painted it white, and I only used 2 cans for that. So as you can see, this is a candy corn colored Christmas tree. I definitely think that if you start off with a white tree, it would go on, the colors would go on a lot more even than they did, but I'm okay with this. I love how it turned out. I put it all together up in front of my fireplace here with the black backdrop, and I think it looks really pretty and pops, and it still lights up, so that is perfect. I think this turned out really cool. It was something fun to do. I do want to decorate it. I'm not sure what I'm going to decorate it with yet, so I might do a separate video for that if I find a bunch of decor, but I like it plain just like this because it looks like a candy corn. It definitely looks like a Halloween themed with these colors. So something fun to try out for Halloween this year. So let's take a quick break from the DIYs because I'm excited to tell you about our sponsor today, BetterHelp. Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Regardless if you have mental health issues like anxiety or depression, or if you're just human who lives in this world and you're having a hard time, therapy can give you the tools to approach life in a very different way. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And that mission is very important because finding a therapist can be really hard, and especially if you're limited to the options in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online. It's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. There's a link in my description. It's BetterHelp.com/Jessica Lynn at home. And by clicking this link, you not only support my channel, but you also get 10% off of BetterHelp for the first month so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. I wish I would have known about BetterHelp sooner. A while back, I was struggling with anxiety to the point where I couldn't even leave my house. It would have been very helpful to be able to talk to an online therapist with BetterHelp to work through those issues. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Use my link in the description or visit BetterHelp.com/Jessica Lynn at home. Thank you to BetterHelp for supporting this channel. All right, guys, let's get back into the DIYs. Getting back into the next DIY, I'm going to use this chandelier that I thrifted from Goodwill for $5.99. I actually got this like over a year ago, and it's just been sitting in my garage, and I had no idea what I was going to do with it until my husband came up with the idea of making it a lamp post for Halloween. So that's what I'm going to do. So to make my post and my base, I'm going to use this trash can from IKEA that was like a couple dollars. It's been sitting in my garage as well, so I'm just going to reuse that. And then I'm going to reuse this extender rod that you use to paint with. It's 5 feet, and I'm just going to reuse that because I already had that. You could use a dowel rod or like a broom handle from Dollar Tree, something like that, to make yours stand up. And then I am going to use this fast setting concrete mix to hold the stick in place inside my bucket. So I just mixed the concrete inside the bucket with the actual stick, and I used the hose. I just added a little bit of water, mixed it up, and just kept mixing it until I got the consistency that I wanted. I didn't use a complete full bag of concrete. I used probably about 3/4 of the bag. I intentionally wanted this to be an outside decor, but you'll see later on that it's going to be for inside, at least right now. So anyways, after I mixed up the concrete and I put my stick in, I let this set up. It's a fast setting, so while it was setting up, I took the chandelier and I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the wiring from the chandelier. I just used some wire cutters and I took the top off, and then I just used those wire cutters to take the chain off and cut all of the wires from that chandelier, because it's obviously not going to be functioning electronically like it is anymore. So we're going to do a different light source. All right, so then I came back to the base and I took off the little top on my stick so that way the little bolt on the bottom of the chandelier could fit right inside that stick. And then I'm going to use this B7000 that I got from Temu, actually, and it's like industrial strength glue, and I just glued a little bit on there. And then the next day, actually, I came back after everything was set and dry, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove the little white things inside the black covers. I don't know if you need to do this, but just to make it a little bit deeper for my lights to set in. And then I got some black spray paint from Walmart, and then I spray painted the whole thing just a matte black color. Now, like I said originally, I was going to make this an outdoor piece of decor. So I was going to use these solar light stakes from Dollar Tree that are Halloween themed. This one is like a little eyeball. They have like jack-o'-lanterns. I thought I had some in my stash already, but I don't. But look how cute this looks. So I think that would look adorable. So anyways, when Dollar Tree comes out with them this year, I might switch it up from these candles. But I wanted to show you this other option because I do like this other option if you wanted to keep it inside. These candles are battery operated and they actually have a remote. They're from Temu, and I just placed them inside the chandelier, and they held really well down in there. And then I'm going to decorate this lamppost just with a few items from Dollar Tree. I got these twig pieces of garland. They're kind of sparkly, and I got 3 pieces of those. So I'm just going to wrap that around the middle of the chandelier and around the post just to kind of give it more of a spooky Halloween vibe. And then I also had some of these bats from Dollar Tree that are sparkly, and they have little clips on the back which work perfectly because I clipped one to the top of the chandelier and then one to like each of the bases of the candle. And then I also filled the bottom there with a little Spanish moss from Dollar Tree and finished it off. I think this looks super cool for Halloween, and it was very inexpensive to make since I found that chandelier for like $6. I know you can find them at garage sales and the used stores and things like that for a decent price. So happy hunting and make your own lamppost this year because it was fun. So for this last Halloween DIY, I'm going to be using this mirror, which I actually did not thrift myself. My dad and stepmom thrifted this a while ago, and it was just sitting around, so they gave it to me to use for something. So I thought I would turn it into an antiqued Halloween mirror. So I've tried antiquing a mirror one other time and it didn't work out so well. So I was hoping this process would go a little bit better with this mirror. I started off by taking the back of the mirror off, and then to strip the silver off of the back of this mirror, I'm gonna use citrus strip. And you wanna make sure that you have some heavy duty gloves. I got these ones from Walmart. They are for stripping paint off because you don't want the citrus strip to touch your skin because it will burn. And then you want to make sure that you're doing this outside with a mask and even wearing eye protection as well, just to make sure that you're being safe and not getting this anywhere it shouldn't be. So the first thing I did was I just poured the citrus strip onto the mirror and I spread it out with a paintbrush, and then I covered it with some plastic wrap because it was really hot that day and I didn't want it to dry out on me. So I just covered it with some plastic wrap and I let it sit for about a half an hour, and I came back with a plastic scraper and I scraped off the citrus strip and some of the back of the mirror. As you can see, I was struggling a little bit here to get it all scraped off. I use a plastic scraper. I know some people use a metal scraper, and that's what I did last time I did this project, and that's why it didn't work out for me because it really scratched my mirror really badly to the point where it just did not look good on the front. So I opted for the plastic scraper this time. It was a little more effort, but I also think that if I would have put a thicker coat of citrus strip on the first time, I think that would have been a lot better. So I put a second coat of citrus strip on and came back a half an hour later and scraped the rest of the excess off. As you can see here, I'm just doing the middle of the mirror, but I did end up going back and doing the whole mirror and antiquing the rest of it. And when I did the rest of the silver on the mirror with the citrus strip, I put a thick layer on and I only had to do this one time to get the rest of the mirror off. So when you get all of the excess citrus strip off and you scrape the back of the mirror, you want to make sure you wash the mirror really well and get that citrus strip off for the next part, which is actually antiquing the mirror. And to antique it, I used some bleach and water mixed together in a spray bottle. I just kind of eyeballed it, probably a 1-to-1 ratio of each of those in the spray bottle, and then you spritz the back of your mirror where you scraped it off at, and then you don't want to wipe like I'm doing here. You actually want to dab the paper towel. I don't know why I was wiping, but you want to dab the paper towel on top of the mirror until you get the look that you are going for. And as you can see here, this is what it looks like after the full mirror is all antiqued. I actually took a little more off than I wanted to because, like I said, it was really hot that day and the bleach set a little bit too long when I was doing another project. So when you spritz your bleach on, make sure that you're wiping it right away so that way it doesn't dry too soon and you don't take too much of your coating off. So anyways, this is what it looks like. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking these bats, which these bats actually came from Amazon. They come in a pack and you like put them around on your wall for Halloween. I had some left over from last year. You could cut some out of construction paper and do the same thing that I am doing here. I just taped them onto the back of the mirror just with some regular clear Scotch tape, and I am just going to spray the back of that mirror to cover up some of the dead space in the back of the mirror. I just used this metallic gold spray paint, and I also spray painted the frame of the mirror as well while I was doing that. And then that is it for that part. You could leave it like that, but I decided to go ahead and add some battery operated LED lights, and I just taped those as well onto the back of the mirror. You can't see the tape from the front. As long as you're using clear tape, you can't see the tape from the front. So I just made sure to have the battery pack hanging out and put that onto the very back of the mirror when it was all finished. And this is what it looked like. I love how this turned out. It's spooky. You could put whatever pictures you wanted in it. You didn't have to be bats. It could be any kind of Halloween, a skeleton or a spooky face or something like that. But it's a really cool and fun project for Halloween time. Well, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Thrifted Trash to Treasure Halloween DIYs video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Make sure to check them out. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.